Hello, hello, hello. FaceTime. Or Facebook. FaceTime. Still early for me. I'm still waking up. So I've got an exciting thing here, guys. I'm going to be interviewing a fellow named Rob, who's got a nice little story. You know, he became a customer with us some time ago, plugged into the training, and eventually worked himself to the point where he now was able to quit his job and works full-time from home trading. All right, not doing the business side. I think he just started, you know, dipping his toe into the business side, but just trading. He was able to you know, quit his job and work full, you know, and trade full-time from home. So I'm waiting for him to kind of pop on here, and as soon as I see him, I'm going to bring him on the live here. Now, if we can't get this to work, I might shut this down and create a Zoom and come back. But I wanted to try it here, doing it this way first. So I'm just waiting for him to pop on. He should be popping on here any moment now, hopefully. And we'll go from there, guys. So and this is great because people are piling on right now, so it'll be good. So let's see. I'm just gonna scroll through here and see if he's popped on yet. Maybe I missed him. Whoops, cancel. All right, I don't see him yet. So just give me a moment here, guys. So welcome everybody that's coming on. Can you let me know if you can hear me, you can see me? Everything's looking good here. And I wonder if I can use any of this stuff. What's this do? Oh, here he is, right here. Add your viewers to request to join as a guest on the program. Okay, Rob, you're on. I think I can add you right here. Hold on. Allow your guests. So I'm going to add right here. Rob's friends will be able to see. All right, Rob, I just pressed something. Let's see if that helps. And hey, all right,
Hey.
It worked. It worked. All right, cool. It's the first time I've ever done this.
Me too.
With a Facebook Live. I've always done it on Zoom, but I've never been able to. I've never tried bringing someone in on a Facebook Live before. So, thanks for coming in on this experiment with me. And but it looks like it works good. Yeah. So for most, you know, most people, it lists them and says, you know, invite them, but for some reason it didn't for you. So there's a little button underneath that had like a couple people on it. I clicked that and it gave me a list of everybody that was watching, and then I could just select add. So learning on the fly. So Rob, how are you doing?
Very well, thanks. I assume you can hear me okay. I've popped my headphones in and stuff, so I hope it's okay.
Yeah, I forgot mine, so hopefully you can hear me well. Great, man, great. So folks, those of you that are watching, this is just a real quick little casual conversation. I wanted to introduce you to Rob, you know, because you've heard me on these different lives talking about, you know, learn to trade and how I'm focused on helping people trade. And you've been watching my timeline and seeing customers join every single day, probably 1 to 5 customers I'm bringing in. And, you know, I've been doing this for over 2 years. And we've got a lot of success stories, so I want to start, you know, sharing them with you. And Rob is one of those that, you know, started as a customer and just kind of went through, went through the training and his own little journey. And I mean, let's just get right into it, Rob. I mean, so before you even became a customer for IML, what were you doing? What was your job, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, no, of course. So I was working full-time for a local pharmacy buying group, and I was there pretty much as a credit controller. You know, no particularly exciting job at all. But prior to that, I'd been self-employed for 10 years, and I'd got to a point where I was just fed up with changing my hat from like salesperson to doing the work to then doing the invoicing to then chasing up payments and all that sort of thing. So I ended up giving that up and getting a job. And I'd had those 10 years of being my own boss, and I didn't really feel comfortable sort of reporting to someone else again. So I looked for something that I could, and the money was great. It was great getting paid every month, but it wasn't a great salary. So I was looking for something to kind of top that up a bit. And then I found this. One of my Facebook contacts was doing a video of how she was doing swipe trades, and that just got me into it.
Awesome. And that's kind of how it happens, people run into other people and they share it. So when you joined IML, did you even know what Forex was before you came in?
I had come across it previously, only through, in fact, I can't even remember what it was. I think I saw something ages and ages ago, but it all looked too complicated to me at the time. The charts and all that sort of thing. I thought, I have not got a clue what's going on there. I don't even want to touch it. And so I had no experience of trading, no experience of Forex. I knew about going to the travel exchange and changing your money when you're going abroad and stuff like that, but that was about the most I was aware of it. And so, when I saw this video of Sarah with her phone just copying and pasting, I thought, well, that looks like it's quite straightforward.
Yeah, exactly. So when you dived in, when you got inside, I mean, what did you think about what you saw in there? Were you a little bit overwhelmed? What was your first thought when you got inside?
And my first impressions was obviously going through the academy and all the good information there, going through the basics and getting to grips with. Yes, it was a bit overwhelming, but it was actually planned out nicely. It wasn't too complicated to actually get to the actual thought processes behind everything and all the structure. But once I sort of got into, I think at the time the web analyzer was just launching. So you had swipe trades and obviously the harmonic scanner. And I think the web analyzer was what sort of took my fancy. That seemed quite straightforward. So right. It was initially a lot to take on. It was quite a steep learning curve, but you can't just come into this and just say, right, I'm going to make loads of money with it and not really know what I'm doing. So I understood that there was going to be a learning curve to go through.
Right, exactly. And that's what I like to tell people all the time. This is not get rich quick. This is not, the lottery. Money's not going to rain down from the sky when you hit the purchase button, right? I mean, it's you're learning a skill. You're learning a skill that can, allow you to pull money from the Forex market whenever you want, virtually at will. So you came in, you were attracted by the swipe trades. That's what attracted you in. But then the web analyzer came out, and that really got you excited. So how did you get to a point, without talking about your strategy right now? And guys, by the way, Rob is kind enough he teaches our entire group, our entire team, the strategy that he's fallen upon, which when you see it, you're going to almost laugh because, and this is how it is with everybody that's become successful. The strategy is so simple, you could teach your children to do it. The real work in this is the discipline. That's the hard work. So when you came in and you saw the web analyzer, how did you decide on a strategy, right? Because there's all kinds of different strategies being taught out there. I mean, how did you just get that discipline, figure out something and just go with that one thing, when you got in?
Well, when I first got involved with the web analyzer, I think there was only sort of 4 or 5 strategy templates on there initially. I spent quite a bit of time on IML TV and watching one of the educators on there. And I sort of enjoyed the way he was teaching and you know, using his template. But for some of the elements, it still didn't seem particularly clear to me. However, when obviously I'm using your power trades template for the particular strategy, everything just seemed to click. You know, when you get a light bulb moment and everything's like, oh, wow. So if that happens and that happens and that happens, then, right, I'm getting into the trade. And that was it. And it did take me a while to figure that out. And yeah, you know, when you're trading on demo, you know, you kind of don't worry too much about losses and things like that. But when you start to use real hard cash, that soon focuses your mind, and you you go, right, okay, I don't want to lose any money, which, you know, is going to happen. But with this strategy now, I mean, I'm getting really, really good win rates with it, and it's taken a time to perfect it. But the other, well, not perfect it, it's not really a lot to it. But what I found was, with talking to lots of other people, I had thought that lots of people were trading this way, and there were people who were new to trading. There were people who were already experienced in trading but weren't necessarily getting the results that they wanted. And I just tried to simplify it to help others start to get some results. And you know, I've had loads of positive feedback from people who have tried the strategy. You know, I did a Zoom call with a person this morning, and he sent me a message saying, I can't believe it. Since we've gone through that, I've now won all my trades today. Had great pip count, and I'm really, really pleased. So, yeah, I'm not sure if that answered the question.
Awesome. That's why I wanted to talk to you, because it's not only, you know, not only what you're doing has been working for you, but you've since shared it with our team. You've shared it with all of us, you know, the traders in the customer group. And, you know, people are starting to use it. And yeah, I'm seeing people with 80, 90% success rate. Some people on days 100% success rate, you know, but yeah. I would, you know, just to be safe, I would say on average, you know, 80% easy. And like I said, it's so simple. You could teach your children to do it, right? It's really just a matter of practicing it, getting the eye for it, and getting the confidence in it. You know, is really what it comes down to, don't you think?
Yeah, and I would agree with you there, because I know this has been said many times before as well. You can have 2 or 3 different people looking at a chart, but they all see it slightly differently. And sometimes when I'm looking at that, I can sort of see the sort of natural trend without having to draw a line. But there are other people who look at it and draw their trend line in a different place, and yeah, it is just simply a case of drawing a line, and that's why I'm talking to people. You know, can you draw a line? Yes, I can. Well, there you go. Then you're gonna get results with this then.
Right. So how long did it take you after joining IML to get to a point where you felt confident and said, you know what, I don't need this job anymore. I'm making, you know, enough to replace the job. How long did it take you to get to that point?
So I joined in October 2017, and I handed my notice in at work in June 2018, and actually left in July 2018. So 8-9 months, I think it was, from literally knowing nothing to getting to a point where I could say, yep, I'm comfortable enough and confident enough now that I know what I'm doing in order to take this on full time.
Nice. And now, so 8 months, that's awesome. You know, you know, I mean, I'm telling you right now, I know people watching this, if they knew they could plug into something and 8 months later be able to leave their job and never have to work ever again, you know, that would be a great thing. So 8 months. So that 8 months was you know, so obviously you practiced this for a while before, you know, you decided to quit the job. Now, there's a lot of people out there. One of the big excuses I hear is, I'm too busy. I've got a full-time job. I've got a family. I've got kids, right? From what I understand, you basically did this part-time. You figured this out part-time. You worked your job, and then when you came home, had dinner, maybe, hang out with the family for a little bit, and then you fired up the web analyzer and banged out some trades before bed. Is that basically what you did?
Yeah. So I was, I suppose, lucky in that I would get home from work at about 6 o'clock in the evening. I would turn the computer on, get it all ready, and then I'm lucky in that where the computer's positioned, lounge is just that way, and I could sit on the sofa, hear a ka-ching, go, oh, okay, off to the computer, go and check the trade. If it was good to get into, then I'd place the trade, go back with my phone, sit on the sofa, and carry on with my time with the family. And you don't have to monitor it, but I had my phone with me, and I could just check to see how it was going. And then, ka-ching again, right, off I go again, and that was it. So that was all I would do from 6 till probably 10, 11 o'clock at night. I can't remember off the top of my head how many trades I would get through, but that was pretty much all I did every evening getting home from work. And then there were times I was a bit naughty because at work I'd be doing some things on my phone as well, but don't tell them.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of using the web analyzer that I love is because it's web based. You can use it on anything. You can log in and check it on your phone. You can use your an iPad or computer, Chromebook, whatever the heck you've got. You can use it because it's web based. So that's a really cool thing. And if you just want to go solo on your phone, so that was cool. You basically were able to do double time. You can hang out with the family, and chill out in the lounge. And then when the ka-ching came, you just run and see if it meets the criteria. If it does, you get in. If it doesn't, you go back on the couch and chill out, basically, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Nice.
And when you say run, I'm not built for running. It was maybe a bit of a brisk walk.
Yeah, I hear you. So when you gave that notice, how cool was that? What was like your first week not having an alarm clock, like not having, to go to a job, what was that feeling the first week?
That was awesome. I remember at the time posting on Facebook, I did a countdown of 5 days left, 4 days left, 3 days left, until I don't have to have an alarm, and it was great. And now, I'm at home. My daughter's been off sick from school today, so she's been home, but I've been here as well, and just to be able to deal with things like that. Sometimes I drive the kids to school in the morning, get back here, jump on the computer, but I don't have to. I don't have to sit at the computer all day, every day to deal with these trades either. I get some brownie points from my wife because I keep the kitchen tidy, or I do the laundry, or do this, that, and the other whilst I'm in the middle of trade. Place my trade, go off and do something around the house. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it is great, and that free. And I remember having the conversation with my immediate boss when I handed my notice in, and she said, well, if you're that good at it, why don't you go and get a job at a hedge fund managers or something? And I said, well, that's not the point. I don't want to go and get a job somewhere else. I want to do this for myself from home. So yeah.
Yeah. We don't want a job. And it's funny how people are just programmed. I call it the laborer mindset. They really can't, imagine, how you make money without having a job, without, people telling you what to do, and that was the hardest part for me when I first broke free was, my dreams of not having a job were like, I had no schedule, but for me, I found out I still really needed a schedule, for me, like tell myself, okay, I get up at this time, do my marketing, do my trading, do this, because what happens is people have that laborer mindset, and they're used to people telling them when to get up, when to go to work, when you can go on break, when you can go on vacation. So when they get on their own, at first it's a little weird, you know, because and sometimes they fail because they're not being told what to do. They don't do anything,
Yeah.
you know. So that's awesome, and I bet you love now being able to take your kids to school, being able to pick them up. You know, I know all the time whenever I homeschool my daughter now, but when she when she went to school, I remember going to these events, you know, during the day, and I was the only dad there. You know, I
Yeah.
was the only male, you know, at these meetings because all the, you know, the housewives and stuff would, you know, would go, or, you know, if there were a, you know, babysitter or something like that would go, you know, it was just like, it wasn't any, you know, it was funny, you know, but, you know, that was one of the things I loved, was being able to do that, you know, be able to see my daughter after school, be able to pick her up, you know, if she was sick, I could go right there and get her, you know,
Yeah.
and doing all those types of things, you know, that you know, you can't do when you have a job, you know, you have to suffer. So that's cool now. So how long have you been from your job now? How long have you been, you know, jobless?
So yeah, so July, well, August, I suppose, really, because it was end of July that I finished. So August was at 4 months, for 8 months now, I think. Yeah.
Nice.
And a
Seven,
lot of
eight
people,
months. So
yeah.
you're going on your first full, almost you're closing in on your first full year being financially free. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome, man. So all of you guys watching this, I just wanted to bring this story to you because, you know, we're just regular people, guys. I'm just a regular person. We're all a regular person, right? There's nothing, you know, I can speak for myself. I'm not, you know, a genius by any means. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, right? It's all about, you know, just being disciplined and following a simple strategy. And like I said, Rob shares, I've got the videos. Matter of fact, he's just giving me some updated videos that I'm going to put into the team group. And when you become a customer with me, you're going to get plugged into this strategy. You'll have access to it, plus other strategies that we have. So you can kind of have some, you know, kind of like an a la carte type of thing where you can, you know, if you like Rob's strategy, then you just get laser focused on it and practice it and until you're successful. So, and you can do it, you know, anybody can do it. You just have to have the drive to do it. You know, if you have a part-time job, if you've got a family, you can fit this in because the Forex is open 24 hours a day. All right. And it's closed on the weekends. Right. So no matter what type of job you have, especially with the web analyzer, that thing's, you know, drops, you know, trade ideas around the clock, 24 hours a day. You know, so no matter when you're ready, just like Rob, he got home, he just opened it up and waited for the signals, and he confirms with his strategy, and he's in. So if you're interested in becoming a customer, go ahead and just leave a comment below here, or just private message me, and I'll get you plugged in to everything. And Rob, thank you for coming on here with me and sharing your story. I greatly appreciate it, and thank you for sharing your strategy with the group so other people can have success as well.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, awesome, man. So everybody have a great day. Love you all, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Talk to you later.